Hey everybody, welcome to another Thursday night. Holy cow, it's Thursday again. What the fuck is going on with the week? I don't want the winter to come right away. I want to take its time. Get away from us. But anyway, it is Thursday night, and you know what that means is HWR's Four Corner Rants, and we got the packed show tonight. And it is, let me introduce everybody. First of all, I am the host of HWR Four Corner Rants. I am Joseph Scoldren Knight. And not to be confused with Jason Knight, even though he is one time my partner in crime. But let me introduce the other group. She is the vicious vixen of Kentucky's Own Wrestling. The one that starts the woodpeckers in the attic. She is... It's already happening. Grab the bird. Grab the boys. It's starting.
Oh my god.
She is Zoe Nightshade.
Good to be here, and a big shout out to my KCW family, especially my Carnage brothers, Johnny Swade and Big Frank Vano.
Full of water here. Let's have some fun.
And I want to give a quick shout out to James Doe, who is apparently watching us and eating popcorn.
And over in the HW, let me just go. The chat room is filling up, folks. We have over in our HWR show on YouTube. He is the one and only our Mike Tenay of professional wrestling, George Google Meister Banquetos. So big shout out to him and to BC Joseph Allenbacker, BC and Mrs. A. Folks, good to see you. BC Games and more. Check them out. Let's go over. He is. I can't say it. Zoe, you got to introduce him.
The Uber of Westchester.
You know what? I tell you, that just sends the tingle, doesn't it, Johnny?
Oh man, I tell you, the bird is the word is woodpecker. It's Zoe. Thursday night, people. It's time to get hot and heavy. We got a lot of things to talk about. Let's do some damage.
Absolutely. And he is our one and only, the master of the UK. He is the ghost hunter with the most. He is finally, we tying him down. He is our beloved son of a bitch, Andy. Andy, good to see you again.
Hello, everybody. And if you want to make WWE change what they do, don't go to one of the events. Hit them in the pocket.
And that is a definite. If you do that, definitely WWE will take notice. So, yeah, they will take notice. All right, and finally, he is the warden of this insane asylum. He is our own Rick Head. Rick, welcome to Thursday night's HWR Four Corner Rants.
It's another Thursday, another Four Corner Rants, and holy shit, we got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, before we go into anything, I just want to post. I'm fixing up the screen right now for everybody to check out. There are posters available up there. As you can see, it's KCW's Kentucky's Own Wrestling's event coming out. Zoe will explain that later on in the show. And also, Ring of Honor is having their pay-per-view. For you folks who don't say we don't cover everything, we're covering Ring of Honor and all the other companies as best as possible. So, we're going to go and we're going to start this shindig. Apparently, and this is a shocker for all of us involved here, WWE, Rick, is working with Impact, at least for now. How long do you see this lasting?
Well, I guess they've been going into negotiations for a couple of years now. So they have been talking, and actually, if you watch some of... if you looked at some... I have no idea. But if you looked at some of the previous documentaries, especially with AJ24, they were showing his time over in Impact Wrestling. And they also did a table for three, where again they were showing, Impact, and they were doing courtesy of their own network, the GWA. So for right now, I think it's a good idea. That way you can send it back and forth. However, I think Anthem Sports should be very, very wary of WWE because they have been known to shake your hand one minute and the second your back's turned, just shove a knife in your back. So they need to be very, very careful.
Absolutely. You know, those are the things that WWE is very famous for, especially when it comes to making a buck off the next person. They will do that, and you know, hopefully Impact, whatever they call themselves nowadays, hopefully they are smart enough to recognize that. All right, you know, Johnny, what do you think? You know, we haven't seen companies work together in such a long time. Is this a good idea?
You know what? I really don't know. You have to take the factor that WWE at one time helped ECW. Look what happened with them. I know they had their hands in many other organizations. They've tried those, you know, those camps with the NWA and the WWF. They did that for a couple of times. I don't know if they ever did it with the AWA, but you can't really trust an organization like the World Wrestling Entertainment because they're out there for themselves. They're gonna help you out, but they're gonna want something in return. Nothing from nothing leads to nothing.
Absolutely.
So, let's just take a, you know, for what it's worth. They're gonna take the help. Just expect to get something back in return, and it's not gonna be anything small. So don't, you know, they're pulling the wool over their eyes. If they want to go ahead and do it, go ahead. If I was running the company, I would not have done that deal. Absolutely not.
All right, over in HWR Show on YouTube, we have Johnny Suede who just joined in.
Yeah, that's my boy.
And what I thought George was your boy. You just put up there, my Georgie boy.
Georgie's my boy. Johnny's my man. There we go.
Wait a second. Is
my
this
man
the one
Carnage.
Hold on a second. Is this a Kentucky Fried Wrestling guy? Is this from Kentucky Fried Wrestling? Is that who the Johnny Suede is?
The original Johnny of all Johnnies. Yes.
Y'all might want to put on waiters. It's about to get deep in here.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, I'm the only Johnny on the program. I've been Johnny since the early 90s. I'm going to be Johnny to the day I die. I don't care if it's Johnny Suede, Johnny Wade. I don't care what you call it. I'm the man.
Just call him, we'll call him JS for now.
JS, that's right.
Just call him Dark. That's what I call him. Call him Dark.
By the way, Zoe, George just said, that's okay, Zoe, I can share.
Oh,
George, you're such a nice person, George.
The question is,
got me to play.
the question is,
who's sharing whom?
does Zoe share? That's the question.
Exactly.
Zoe's
What
like
Zoe
really
said.
selfish, so probably not.
No, Zoe dominates. That's what it is.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she already has a hit out on Renee Young.
There you go.
Yeah, I do actually.
Smiley May.
And Johnny says we don't share, or JS says we don't share.
Yes, get it right.
Boy, did we just went off topic there, didn't we?
But then again, would people expect anything less?
Exactly. You know,
Probably not. This is HWR. We're all over the fucking place.
Absolutely.
Hence the name Four-Quarter Rants.
Here we go. Johnny says she don't share. I'm in it. That's all. You see what happens? You see what happens, Johnny, when she starts saying the Uber of Westchester.
You know what I'm saying, man? The bird comes out, it starts to pack, it wants to get in the hole, baby. Absolutely.
And James Stowe over in the HWR chat room, he did say this. With this agreement, WWE is going to buy Impact in the near future. It's a matter of time. And I'm not really sure about that. I mean, right now, Anthem Sports has been making a lot of progress. They've done a lot of things that Dixie Carter didn't do, like actually networking. They've also worked with several other companies. And that's why the GWN, it's not just Impact, it's all currently the companies that they're in association with minus the WWE, of course. I don't think they've gotten to that bridge, and I really don't think they will. If WWE buys them out, it's when Anthem Sports, I believe, says that, you know what, we're not making any money, and as a business, they'll know when to cut loose. But
I agree. I agree with you 100%. If Anthem
Okay,
Sports
I have a
decides,
question.
The thing
Yeah,
is,
no.
though, Vince is buying them out, and if they're that thick, they don't even realise it, then they don't deserve to run a company anyway. Off the
Well,
talents
one thing
in WWE.
But Zoe's got a question. Go ahead.
Okay, so like, let's just say for some reason that it does happen that Vince buys them out. What does that mean for the WWE wrestlers who recently switched over to Impact or were fired by the WWE? Are they going to be able to come back? Is he going
Does the term...
to say you left us?
I'll bring it up to you really quick, Zoe. Does the term Jobville come to mind?
how about New Jersey?
I don't know. I remember a certain person, another Joseph, I don't remember his last name, that said that, you know, AJ Styles would never go to the WWE under the name AJ Styles. I forget who it was, but you know.
But you know what? But you know what? I will take the hit for that, and it says yes. But you know what?
I tried, Joe. I tried.
Yeah, but you know what?
I
I
said
gotta
Samoa
admit,
Joe would never make Raw, and I wish he had.
you know, I gotta admit that AJ, you know, they recognize his commodity, and let's face it, AJ started it. AJ started that trend of WWE says, okay, let's break the wall down, Jericho, and literally start recognizing other people. Because before AJ, we seen Karma, who didn't get recognized. We seen Loki, who's Cabal. We seen other people that have come in and they were not recognized. When AJ came in, that blew it, and everybody says, okay, might as well, all right, then that's Robert Roode. We're not changing that, or Bobby Roode.
No.
Let's not change Samoa Joe then. AJ started that trend, and over in HWR showing, Johnny says, screw Impact and WWE, support your indie wrestling.
Actually, and I want to do a small correction. It was actually CM Punk that started that trend, because when he came in, he's like, I'm coming in as CM Punk or I'm not coming in at all. But,
Right.
anyways.
Listen, sometimes your regular name just has that nick that they need. They don't need to change anything about it. You know? It just all depends on the name.
Do you know what I don't understand with any of these wrestlers that bitch about when they leave they've had to change the name? Wrestlers.
You know
I'm sure Joe and everybody else can agree here. It is a business. When you're a wrestler, you are a self-employed businessman.
Yeah.
What self-employed businessman doesn't copyright his own fucking name?
Because they're not smart enough.
We do it. It's part of the contract.
Yeah.
Well, again, you know, you have somebody who's really impressive now. His name was Johnny Nitro, John Morrison,
Johnny Mundo, Johnny Impact.
Yeah, you know, this poor bastard.
Johnny Survivor and a few weeks.
Yeah. He has so much talent, but the problem is he's not defined himself. And until when you have a wrestler that switches names like that, I don't even know what to fucking call him anymore.
It's like another Buddhist beefcake syndrome.
You know,
Yeah,
you know what you do?
With a lot more talent, but yeah.
You know, that's when he should.
Let's face it, Bruce Beefcake got his contract because he was Hulk's best buddy. That's it.
Yeah, let's just do it like this. Let's just change his name to Johnny and give him the theme song. Who's Johnny? They said, because
Johnny
gonna.
5, I'm still alive.
Yeah, Johnny 5 is still alive. He's alive. He's alive. All right. Well, we're definitely going south on this.
And the hell's wrong with going south?
Exactly.
Exactly.
All depends on the situation.
Exactly.
As long as you spit the airs out, it doesn't matter.
Yep. Well, let's move on, guys. We have Alexa Bliss apparently been pulled for the Mixed Match Challenge.
I wonder why.
Oh, my poor little Miss
Oh, yeah, because
Bliss.
of Raccoon Rousey.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Alexa Bliss was slated to work with Braun Strowman for the second edition of WWE's Mixed Match Challenge because they were they were a trend, Little Big.
It was
in the
team.
first
It was
one.
team. Yeah, it was. Wasn't it team? Yeah, Little Big.
Little Big,
Yeah.
Little Big, whatever. I don't know. It's two fucking words to mix. I didn't watch either series, but apparently Bliss has complained about some numbness in her arms after a match with Ronda Rousey at Hell in a Cell. Now, anybody who's watched Ronda Rousey's match for like 5 fucking seconds realizes this bitch does not know how to work a match. She cannot do the. She can't even do the basic fundamental moves. A suplex, a body slam, a clothesline. She does this gut-wrench powerbomb, which I'll give her credit for, but she still, it takes her like 25 minutes. I can go and take a shit, grab myself a cup of soda, and she's still trying to execute the move.
Right.
They need to get her back in the performance center to learn the fucking basics.
No, she needs to go back to UFC.
The biggest problem with me with Ronda Rousey, she's come from cage fighting, ultimate fighting, championship, call it what you
Absolutely.
want. She's come from this background where most of the fighting is on the floor in holds. Someone puts a basic hold on the bitch and she can't fucking get out of it. That makes cage fighting stroke UFC look a joke.
Well, and again, like I said, she has about as much business being a WWE ring as CM Punk has business of being a UFC cage.
Yeah,
It's that simple.
Disaster. It's a disaster for the both of them.
Exactly. But, so apparently the injury, at least according to WWE, it's just for like temporary precautions, but they do expect her to be on the second round.
Do you know what's just crossed my mind? And this is scary. It's pretty obvious. Whoever is in charge, whether it's Vince, Triple H or Stephanie, they like to buy names. They like to buy people who are in high-profile places and buy their names and think it's going to work. Who they can have on the commentary team in the next couple of months? Alex fucking James. Alex Jones.
Oh!
I don't know who that is.
Alex Jones, the conspiracy guy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Been banned from every media outlet on the planet. Do they get employ him? Because it's a massive name. Come on,
I'll
Vince.
put it like this: if they do put Alex Jones, remember, fans, every time there's a WWE pay-per-view, we do live reactions. Just turn that shit off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well.
We get more reaction from our
I would
commentary.
I would love to hear Alex Jones do a commentary on the WWE. That's the fakest shithole I've ever seen, isn't he? But
You know what they? No, you know what they need. They
get missed him by 14 inches.
They,
Are you blind?
yeah.
That's fake porn. I just give it him.
Can you imagine?
Fuck.
You know what they need to do? They need to put a commentary team with that person, Gordon Ramsay and Christopher Walken. Oh, that
Oh,
did
Jesus
not
Christ.
even hurt.
Oh, that would be just phenomenal.
You
kicked it in his ass.
Yeah, you kicked him in his ass.
Yeah.
I know it's jumping off topic, but I've been watching a couple of cage matches on the network. And can we ring up, does someone know the WWE number and actually confirm how tall the cage is? Because when you listen to Coachman or Cole, they're 15 foot on top of the cage. He's just thrown him off top of the cage. It's
That ain't no
25
fucking
feet
15
tall.
feet.
You think, what? What minute it was 15 feet, now it's 25? Do you know how height it is?
It's like, they run the company, they can't even fucking keep the number right.
Yeah.
It's like,
You know what? It's just like their weight. One day he's 450 pounds. Next month he's 510 pounds. Then he's back down to 390.
Hey,
Do you know what?
he
they
went to an
cage?
all-you-can-eat banquet, and then he went to Jenny Craig. Leave the man alone.
You know why they had the red cage, don't you?
why is that?
Any of us with children have probably bought the WWE playset.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You're
It's
right.
not, it's not, if you look, it's not really a proper cage, it's plastic.
Yeah. And actually, I remember
Because
that.
Vince is cutting down his money, it's not a real cage anymore, it's plastic.
Yeah.
Just real quick,
And real
guys.
quick,
Yeah, I was going to
Over.
say that we have Shane, who just gave us a thumbs up. And I appreciate that. And also Mrs. ABC. Shane gave us a big love. Thank you, guy. I appreciate that. So we're moving along. You know what's funny, Andy? You bring that up. Guys, remember back in the 80s, mid-80s, I would say, the WWE toy cage was blue. And lo and behold, WrestleMania 2, the cage was blue for a while.
Yep. And
And
it was the bar cage. It was the bars. It wasn't even a fence. It was bars.
Exactly. Oh,
I think we should have a CZW cage. It's about 2 foot high.
Oh shit!
Well,
2 foot high, covered in barbed wire.
well,
I was trying to do a cage of death match in WWE.
no, you know what? You want to go really hardcore? Lance, you probably remember this. The old chicken wire cages that those ones from the Mid-South era. Oh,
I'll put it like this, fans. If you want to see some just brutal cage matches, USWA or CWA, which I can't remember which years it was. Just look at those cage matches. Oh my god!
It was from '84, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
It was chicken wire with wood in the middle, holding it together, surrounding the ring.
Yeah,
with barbed wire.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, guys,
go ahead, Rick.
I want to move on because this next conversation is going to be really interesting. Is Tammy Stitches wants us to make parole again?
What?
Yeah. Okay, guys. All right. Let's do the math. Okay. For the past couple of years, obviously, she's not had the best history. She's had several DUI charges, which she didn't show up for court because that's why they issued a bench warrant. I'm sorry. Yeah, those are the Pennsylvania, and that was in March. And then
also in Jersey.
Yeah, in Jersey, she should be able to show up. So another issue, another issue, bench warrant was issued. Once New Jersey found out that she had warrants outstanding down in Pennsylvania, they said she was extradited. And I'm thinking about bailing her out again. I'm like, are you people stupid?
Oh,
She doesn't stay around.
What's she going to jail for now? I didn't realise having an ugly bosted face was illegal. I better stay in.
Oh, it's only in the U.S., Andy.
On death row, brother.
Death row.
You know,
I apologize. She's getting parole.
Yeah, she's getting.
Forgive me.
Yeah, I was going to say that she was
on payroll at the prison.
Yeah,
she's in there enough.
No,
She's paying somebody something.
All right, folks. Here's the actual thing. PWA is reporting that Tammy Sunny Sitch will be making parole after being in Carbon County Correctional Facility. Goddamn, say that 3 or 4 times. Carbon County Correctional Facility in Pennsylvania since March. Sitch has a long list, which we've properly documented it here on these shows, of legal diseases.
Yeah, of VD.
See, in both Pennsylvania and Jersey. So, you know, obviously we followed it. She, from domestic abuse to DUIs to, you know, so I'm going to go on record. Here was a person back in the Attitude Era where she was the most downloaded individual.
Downloaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was downloading something.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's getting loaded is what that is.
She's had more downloads than Pages had on the title belt.
Yeah. Or
upload.
Pages had
I believe
uploads.
that would be an upload.
Yeah, Paige has uploads. Or she has some sort of load.
Depending on the direction.
Yeah.
True. There goes those damn woodpeckers again.
Yeah, right. Hey, over in the HWS show, it is Wicked 133.
Ernie!
There you go. And anyway, you know, it's been well documented. She's been having problems. She goes back and forth, and she just continues to fall and fall and fall. You know, she's done a porno which, if you look at it, if you're a man, your penis just shriveled up and fell apart. If you're a woman, you're kind of like, well, if you're a lesbian woman, you're going to be like, I'm going straight. I just can't take it.
Well, Joe, this is actually a good thing. She's going to need the time to stand on those street corners to pay her legal bills.
Oh, she's going to need to take those pictures.
She'll just have webcam. Webcam. She'll stick a webcam in and just masturbated in the prison cell.
Oh God!
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Nobody got time for that.
I'm gonna go on record, and when I heard about the preview, I'm like, all right, let me just check this out. And she looks so horrible. I'm like, I couldn't even watch more than 5 minutes. I'm like, now this is, again, going back 20 years where you would have begged to see something. Now it's like, oh my God, I hate this. Get away from this. I see crack courts better looking.
Yeah,
Oh,
and just for
no.
you folks out, and just for you folks out there, the picture over HWR Four Corner Rants is the current picture of Tammy Sitch Sonny. Over at HWR chat room, Sergio Sandoval gave us a good thumbs up. Thank you, guy. I appreciate that. Let's go around the table when it comes to this real fast, because we do have a lot more topics. We have pay-per-views coming up, and we have shows coming up for the folks in Kentucky. So we're gonna go real quick. Rick, where do you see Sonny going?
Same place you've been going for the past 20 years, down.
Jeez.
The funny thing, now, in all seriousness, Joe, we've always talked about the Bella bitches, as you call them, because they slept their way to the top. Well, Sonny was pretty much one of the few who did the same thing. She had no problem sucking people off now.
What?
Andy can remember this conversation we had with, oh my God, I forget who it was.
Why do you think Shawn and Michael's eyes are the way they are? She's so loud.
Hey, I'll be like it. Y'all know I'm the biggest Click fan in the room.
Did you say click or clit?
You say
Did you say clit or click?
Chick.
Okay.
They passed her around like nobody's business.
James says, Sonny does stuff on Twitter. He's just saying, I bet you got a membership, haven't you, James?
Hey, James, Jabroni, you done watched that a few times, haven't you, brother?
Jeez. All right, but you know what?
Playing with a twatter on Twitter. That's what it's called.
Yeah, but it's, you know what? Again, it's a shame. She was like very attractive back in the day, and she totally let herself go. And now you see it. If she walked past you in the streets, you would not even recognize her. Andy, let's go to you real quick. What do you think? What's Tammy's next move?
Commit suicide.
I hope she takes the Bellas with her.
And as for if Tammy Lynn Sitch walked past my house, I'd still jack off over it. Still waff one.
It depends on how much caked on makeup she has. Let's go to you, Lance.
Well, where I see her going, like I said, your local street corner. But like I said, some women age like a fine wine. She aged like milk.
Like mush. Jeez. All right, let's go to you, John A.
I can just see the headlines now. Tammy Cinch passes away. That's the near future for for Tammy Lynn Cinch, whatever her name is.
One thing's for sure, if she does pass away, they'll put her in the coffin with the legs open so the worms can fuck the crap out of her, because everybody else has.
The worms won't go anywhere near her, Andy. What are you talking about?
Anybody know what the lethal number of STDs are? Because she might have.
Jeez.
Listen, she needs to go out and make more movies. She can make a little more money, pay for her lawyers, and then she can die peacefully with just like a couple of little things behind her. I don't see any future for her anymore. She's a done deal, bro. 16 on the real.
Are you trying to say that Sonny's future is very cloudy?
Absolutely.
All right, we're gonna
with a chance of meatballs.
Yeah, meatballs.
Sonny spells.
Yeah, well, Johnny, true words were never said, especially in her case.
All right, let's go to you, Zoe.
Okay, well, the whole time that I'm sitting here talking about this with you guys, and I'm looking at her picture, I kind of want to say she is probably one of the biggest, sluttiest ring rats I've ever seen in my life, but, I know a sluttier redhead that used to be a ring rat at KZW. I see Sonny just basically being locked up for the rest of her life or something stupid. She's probably going to end up killing so what he plain simple.
All right, you know what? And again, it's a sad note for that. It's hopefully, which I doubt, seriously doubt, that she would clean herself up and maybe make a, apologize to the WWE, let her get like one send off, and that'll be it. All right.
You know, maybe she could do some of that DDP yoga with Jake Roberts and.
Don't bring Dallas into this.
Yeah.
No.
She'll want to go down on DDP, all right. James,
maybe she could be the first female wrestler to go into space. She could be on the space program.
Scott just got clean. Why you gonna do that to him?
Wow. Over in the HWR chat room, we have James says, she needs to stay in jail. It would be better for her. And we also got a thumbs up by Ethan Hammond. So thank you for that. So let's continue. We got a lot else to talk about, and we're already halfway. We're like halfway in our show. Selena Vega clears the air on her rumored relationship with Andres Cien Almas. Selena Vega spoke with Lillian Garcia, where she made it clear that Almas and her are close friends and nothing more. She doesn't want to be around them when I finally call immigration on them. So, in all seriousness, she just said that they're like brother and sister. Well, let me tell you something. Have you never seen Taboo, the movies?
Oh, Jesus. The funny thing is, I actually listened to the interview. Now, Andy, just real quick, Zelina Vega and Andreas Cien Almas, he was down at NXT. They signed him back, I think, in maybe late 2016, early 2017. He just moved up earlier this year. But she actually, believe it or not, she is, like, not flirting with him, but she was, like, just making jokes in a sexual manner, kind of like just fucking with him. And apparently he kind of like, no, I don't like this, he was like really more of against it, because I guess with him, he found it disrespectful, and she's just like, we're just having fun, and he does a certain pose in the ring, and she wanted to slide underneath him, and again, apparently he was like, mortified. So.
Oh yeah, he doesn't want nothing sliding under him, because you don't know if it's immigration being called.
With a woman that looks like that, not wanting to slide under you, his machismo level might be a little anti-machismo, if you get what I'm saying.
Well, you can look at his face. He is anti-machismo.
No, I mean,
he's swinging for the other side of the border.
Yeah.
But that's a really bad.
He loves soaping up the bats. Let me just say that.
But you know what? In all honesty, I think honestly he probably has one of those strong, religious roots where it's just not done. In all seriousness, but again, you don't really know. And I think if it's something about having a relationship, we've seen relationships in wrestling, so I don't think she would hide something like that. It would make no sense.
Well, let's hope that she finds a better. And maybe if Alberto Del Rio come back, they'll pair them up together, and they'll they'll use Cien as a waiter. So over in the HWR chat room, James says Vega could be with anyone, honestly, but I think she didn't want to be involved in a relationship right now after her breakup with Impact champion Austin Aries.
Yeah, and again, like you said, Zelina Vega, which she was over at Impact for quite some time, and she was a great mouthpiece. She was definitely, she's attractive, so she's, definitely a draw. And I like her persona in the WWE, because she has that, no, I'm not gonna, be nice. Fuck you. You don't like my attitude. Get out of my face. I like that personality, and I think it works. And in Cien Almas, where he doesn't speak English, or very, very minimal English, I think her being a mouthpiece fits very well with him.
Yeah, because every time he opens his mouth, somebody wants to punch it.
Well,
I could rant for an hour how many times I will call him if
we only have about an hour left, Joe.
Yeah. if the WWE came to the arena over here and he showed up, oh, I'm definitely calling. And we have the immigration department in our area and border patrol.
Wow.
Boy, would they be having a field day. I am legal. I am legal. And they'll be like carting them off. WWE wrestler Alma Cien, whatever the fuck, just been carted out of the building because he is an illegal and just been deported back to Mexico. Learn to speak fucking English. And you know what? That gets me. Why do I have to pick up the phone and press 1 for fucking English?
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's move along, guys, Joe. I know, Joe, yeah, right, you're broken, so I'm just going to shut you down.
Just jumping on there, it can't be any worse than I had. I'm not picking fun out of anyone with a stammer, but I had an argument today with a company that owes me money, and they put a girl on the phone with a stammer. I've got steam coming out my ears, and she's...
That's all, folks.
I wanted to knock 7 balls of shit out the bitch.
He wanted to reach through the phone and choke her.
The secret is, don't employ people with a disability if they can't fucking speak. It's dead annoying when you're in a conversation with somebody and you've lost your rag.
Oh my god.
Fuck disabled people. I'm disabled myself, so it gives me the opportunity to say, fuck disabled.
Yep, we went from wrestling to immigration to disabled people.
Wow.
Thank God, Andy's now hosting Connor's Cure.
Oh
you know,
my
Connor, if you're a small child, you fucking deserve cancer.
See, oh.
Wow. Anybody who's listening to this who really is truly insulted, please send all your hate mail to Andy SOB.
Hey, so, you know how last night on my show you were saying, what have I got you into? You want to rephrase that?
Yeah. All right, let's move.
At least he's not trying to get you on his balls like he was trying to last night, Lance.
Oh, Jesus.
That was somebody else in the side chat. I think that was George.
Oh, jeez.
You guys would have just had to been there, sorry.
What?
Well, they can go back and watch it.
I'm fondling your balls. I don't need
Yeah, they could.
So, what?
All right,
George
guys,
was
we
getting
have
on somebody's... George was getting on...
Anyhow.
Yeah.
Move along.
Move along. All I heard was George is getting on somebody's balls?
I don't know whose balls they were getting on.
Speaking about balls...
Undertaker.
Yeah.
Because clearly he's losing his. So now HBK and Triple H and the Brothers of Destruction.
Who cares?
Yeah. Well, the Observer is already claiming that HBK will be returning with Triple H at WWE's Crown Jewel down in Saudi Arabia.
There's more chance of Connor coming back from the dead.
No shit. Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Let's keep slipping this Connor in because he's highlighted the WWE's career, and he's up there. Connor.
As it's already noted that Triple H is slated to face Undertaker at Super Showdown, with both HBK and Kane will be in their respective corners. So I'm guessing this is where it sparked the rumors, because there's no really, no confirmed rumors. This is all speculation. And if it did, I hate to say it would make sense, but everybody wants HBK to do that one more match. And personally, yeah, exactly.
The
I don't
fucking
want
guy
to see
can't
it.
even see. He's cross-eyed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's one thing we can rest assured: it won't be a mixed team tag, will it? In Saudi Arabia. Ouch! Ouch!
Ow!
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Women, you've got to take a day off. You've got to take a day off because they don't allow women in Saudi Arabia without masks.
You'll go out and see a whole bunch of ninjas and wonder if you landed accidentally in Japan.
I've just been told they've had a new burger bar opened in Saudi Arabia. Burger King.
I thought it'd be
Really?
the Bomber King.
Yeah, Burger King. Not
Burger
Burger
King.
King. Burger King.
If the lights, well, you know what's funny? If the lights ever go out in that arena, all you see is a bunch of eyes floating in the air.
Oh shit, Joe.
I want to know how big the car park is outside the Saudi Arabia wrestling arena, because where do they hitch all the camels up?
Do they have a
some
VIP
serious-
camel parking?
Yeah, there must be
It's
serious
Camel
valet
Valley.
parking.
God damn it!
Camel
Look
Valor.
at, we got to be careful with your standing. Okay.
So, Joe, I gotta ask you,
Uh-oh.
is this too little too late for this kind of match to happen?
If it's in Saudi Arabia, no.
Regardless where it is.
No, to be honest, in Saudi Arabia, it makes a lot of sense. These people actually thought Yokozuna and The Undertaker were still alive. The Ultimate Warrior were still alive. So
The only thing that was shocking on the last Saudi Arabia pay-per-view that the WWE had, I couldn't believe how many people had come in the fucking night shirts.
Well, they have to go to bed afterwards, Andy.
They'd all got towels on their head, night shirts.
You
Just
know,
washed their hair or something.
yeah.
Well,
The
I guess
only
we're
reason
never
I
going to
wanna
be
see-
invited.
The only reason I want to see Sean do one more match is that I didn't get to see his last match live. Other than that, I wish he'd still retire.
You know,
You didn't miss anything.
You didn't miss anything.
Rick, you know how I see this playing out? I see it as Triple H is taking on The Undertaker. The two partners are outside the ring watching the match. You know, what will happen is Triple H will get knocked down, the referee gets knocked down, Shawn Michaels comes, super kicks Undertaker, which prompts Kane to come and give him a choke slam. The match gets thrown out, and they restart it as a tag match. And they have to go back out and come back in their respected entrance themes.
I don't think it'll restart. You know, I agree that, you know, we could definitely see some kind of like controversial ending, and then unless it's a clean win, 1, 2, 3, it's not going to happen in Saudi Arabia. There's going to be that controversial ending, as you said, for it to go over. And even though, like I said, guys, nothing has been confirmed, unfortunately I can see it happening.
Yeah.
Let's go to you, Zoe. What do you think? Do you think a DX Brothers of Destruction will be at the Crown Jewel?
I don't know. I kind of do not see it happening, and I don't want it to happen, mainly because of Sean. I'm just more or less worried because he's had all these back injuries. He's had all of these hip injuries. And frankly, I'm scared that if he got hurt again, it would cost him, his mobility. He'd be paralyzed. Same with The Undertaker.
Absolutely.
But then it'd be the end of Taker's career finally.
Oh, and Sean's at the same time.
Do you know how slow that match will be? It'd be a bunch of geriatrics in there. It'd be like a slow motion.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
Well, you know what? Let's go to you, Lance. Do you think this is a possibility?
Well, I've heard like rumors about what they're planning for 35, and they've been wanting to see if they can get Shawn Michaels to do this match. But honestly, I think it's way too. I don't see this starting to happen.
You know,
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah. You know what, Andy? What do you think? Do you think this is going to happen?
I've always wanted to see a Kane and Undertaker reunion before they retired, but not anymore. It's way overdue. It's going to be like watching it's going to be like seeing 4 geriatrics battle it out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Johnny?
Battle of the Buzz Pass.
Yep. Let's go to you, Johnny.
You know what? If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Who gives a fuck? Guys are done already. Shawn Michaels can't even see where the hell he's going. He lost his smile. God forbid. He lost my smile. All the injuries he has. Why would you even get back in the ring? You're a fucking moron. Let it go.
I'll tell you.
You're done.
I will tell you why these 4 are getting back in the ring. Money. Oh,
Yeah.
It is nothing but money.
Because from what I've heard, it's like for one match, they're paying him $2 million.
Exactly.
I know it's about the money. I understand.
Well, if rumours are anything to go by, WWE are making $45 million off the Saudis.
Oh, yeah.
They're a tariff on that.
There'd be a tariff on that? Only if Trump... Well, no. They're excluded because Linda McMahon works in the government.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lindsay.
that's right. All right. They don't have to pay it.
Yeah. Over in HWI show, George says, I think they're getting a bit too out of hand with the no contest finishes. Hell in a Cell last night, NXT's main event. If they do that in a next pay-per-view, that will be screwed up. Which he's talking about if the schmoz happens in the Crown Jewels and Shawn Michaels gets involved and Kane gets involved, yes, then it's going to be a bad thing to see. James in the HW chat room says Mayor Kane, because yes, Glenn Jacobs Kane is a mayor right now, and the Undertaker is getting up there in age. You know, Kane got $100K for Knox County for WWE, so he's happy. Absolutely. So, and WWE is compensating, I guess, Knox County as well for allowing them to, for Kane, for that. So everybody's walking away with it.
Going on this UK, on this Australia trip though, because I got people in Knox County. He is catching a little bit of heat for this.
Well, you know what? And WWE will turn it around and they will say, well, we'll make a donation to your center or something to the community. Money is money. I don't think anybody's going to put that down.
That is true.
All right. Hey, Rick, let's toss up the last one. Let's go into the Jason Jordan update.
Well,
Jesus Christ!
It's really not an update because this report broke back in August. But for those of you who already know that Jason Jordan was injured at this past Royal Rumble in February, he had injured his shoulder, and it's suggested that he also had a neck injury, which was required for surgery. But unfortunately, he's still having numbness in his arm, and he's having problems gripping his hand. So there's a lot of nerve damage there. However, like I said, this is all past. This was all known back in August. But recent reports are now saying that he's considering looking to his next part of his career, where he actually is going to work in WWE production, which I think is going to be smart if he's truly injured to that effect. However, it should be noted that even WWE said he could be out for as long as 14 months. So right now, he's still in limbo.
Like father, like son.
It's true. It's damn true.
Yeah. We're really in the we're really cruel tonight, folks.
We just love us some Jason Jordan.
No, you got to say it right, Lance. We love Jason Jordan.
Oh, please.
Over in the HWR chat room, James says the money from WWE will go to the Knoxville Public Safety Foundation, which aims to help first responders and their families after they suffer injuries, illness, death, or other life-changing events. And I think that's a worthy cause right there. Not enough is being done for our, first responders. Joey.
And
I think we got Zoe in the bathroom.
Yeah, Joe, you're breaking up real bad.
No, that's not me.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna ask you, Kayla. Jason Jordan. The last thing I think any fan wants to see, or anybody in general wants to see, is a wrestler get injured, especially to the point where he's debilitated and is in as kind of early career. So, what do you think about him already thinking about working on that next possibility, or that next venture? Do you see that as a sign, or do you just see him saying, "Hey, this is a backup plan"?
I see more of him saying that it is a backup plan, definitely. And you're right, not even any wrestlers want to see somebody else, in wrestling get a career-ending injury. I know that we joke all the time, especially Joe, about the Bella twins breaking their necks. But, I mean, if you're that in love with the sport, like most wrestlers are, and you get hurt, it really takes a blow to you mentally and emotionally.
Definitely. Let's go to Lance on this. Lance, what do you think?
Well, let's face it, nobody's career lasts forever. And he really didn't have that good of a run post American Alpha breakup.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, if he can help run production, hey, it's still putting food on his table.
Absolutely,
He's
Johnny.
still in business. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely, Johnny. What do you think? That's very
You know-
insightful.
Stop it,
Decent.
Joe.
Okay.
You know,
He was dealing with the woodpecker.
Yeah. Well, a pecker. But go ahead, Johnny.
you know, all jokes aside, you don't want to see anyone get hurt, especially early in their career. I think it's a smart move if he does go into production because at least, again, he'll still be in the business and a part of the business, which I think is a smart move because anyone who loves the business would always want to stay around it. So if he is able to come back, great, let him come back, let him finish his career. But if it is over and it's time to step down, I think that's the best way to do it, to stay with the business, so at least you're always around it.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Natalia's husband, Tyson Kidd, same instance. He works with the production team.
Yes. And actually, that was when he was facing Samoa Joe, and Joe went to do the Muscle Buster, and basically Tyson Kidd didn't tuck his neck in. So even Tyson said it really wasn't Joe's fault, it was a botch on my end. And a lot of people for a long time blamed Joe, and Joe executed the Muscle Buster, which pretty much, it's almost like a cradle backdrop off the top rope.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, long story short, another really sad tragedy where a wrestler who maybe could have made something down the road his career was cut short. I do want to bring up one more topic, guys, and we kind of joke about CM Punk and his future in UFC. He plans on doing another fight, but he's also working on other aspects. He is actually just wrapped up a movie on his debut movie called The Girl on Third Floor. He stars as John Koch, and who's a man who's trying to, in his failing relationship, they're trying to reboot their lives by buying a new home that they're going to do a fix up. But of course, unbeknownst to him, the house was haunted, and as he's renovating, they have a baby on the way, so they're trying to do get a baby room set up and everything else. And as he starts to tear the walls down, he's starting to see the dark secrets that's within this house. Now, I know a lot of people already will roll their eyes and say, okay, this sounds like a corny shit. I don't know if those of you who had ever followed American Horror Story, if you haven't and you like thrillers and horrors, I highly recommend it. But it's like the first season. The first season was very, very similar. There was a family who moved out from Boston all the way to California. The guy was a therapist, but he had an affair, and they couldn't get past it, so they decided, let's just move to another place. He was going to work inside the home, and again, they slowly started seeing things that just wasn't right. So I'm kind of looking forward to it, and I probably will go in the theaters and watch it.
All right, you know what? Let's go to you, Andy. What do you think about CM Punk doing a movie?
The only thing that worries me, I'm just looking on IMBD and stuff, and it's a reincarnation of a 1955 film and a 2013, so it's going to be junk. Yeah, I'll watch it. It's got CM Punk in it, but the original movie came out in 1955, then it was revamped in 2013, and we know what revamped videos or films look like. They're always garbage. So
actually, I think that's
why
the
not?
second
Why
movie
not? Why
that
not go for something like a little different? Or
he's actually doing two movies. I think the one that you're referring to, Andy, was the second movie, and I cannot remember for the life of me. But it's like Reaper or something like that. And again, it's a rehash from an older movie, Andy.
All right, well, go ahead, Andy.
I don't know what I just don't see CM Punk in a horror film. Doesn't strike me as a horror film type candidate. It's more the usual WWE movies is more what I'd expect to see him in. Action-packed stuff.
Well, they can use him in horror movies. Just let him finish a UFC fight. They don't need makeup after that. They'll have his face already torn up.
Jesus Christ.
Before I kick it over to Johnny, I do actually, I think I would like to see him I think he would play great as a role of a serial killer, because he has that really dark. He even calls himself a sociopath, so I think he would fit well in that kind of a role as opposed to being the loving husband. But again, time will tell. Johnny, your thoughts? CM Punk's new movie.
You know what? I hope it does well for him, better than the UFC. To be honest with you. And I will agree with you. I do see him in that serial killer type character. I can actually see him playing the main character if they ever did the remake of The Shining.
Actually, didn't even think about that. That would be a great idea. Ms. Zoe, over to you.
It actually sounds really good. It sounds right up my alley. I'm definitely going to end up going to watch it. And I wouldn't mind if they did a remake of the Zodiac or the Night Stalker and casted CM Punk as those, killers. That would be pretty good.
All right, Lance, over to you. CM Punk in the movies.
Well, because of how he has that kind of killer look to him, I can actually see him playing maybe a Charles Manson if they somehow could get all the tattoos off of him, like something digitally or something.
Oh, they put a sleeve on him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that, because he does, especially when this is the head shape thing, he does have kind of that crazy eye look to him sometimes. But yeah, I might not see it in theaters, but I'd probably pick it up on DVD.
And over in HW chat room, James says Punk is doing 2 movies. That movie, the movie that we were just discussing in Rabid.
Thank you.
With his wife AJ Lee. So that's.
Oh, I didn't know AJ was in that.
Yes.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah. So that's now, folks. Let me just say this: these movies are WWF studio movies. They're not like Hollywood style movies. They are WWE studio movies.
And I gotta say, WWE does make pretty good horror movies.
Yeah.
See no evil, yes.
Hell yeah.
I saw See No
it
Evil.
scared me.
You know what?
I like that.
They need to go do one of those. You know how we have the Michael Myers films where, the Friday the 13th, where the campers out in the, kids are out in the woods. That'll be a fucking great theme for a Bray Wyatt movie.
Yes. Oh my God.
And him being like that guy out in the middle of the woods, like a sociopath cult leader or something like that. That needs to be done with that. We're running over time, folks. But before we go, I'm going to bring this question not only to the folks in here, like especially Zoe and Johnny, that are in here, but also to Johnny Suede and anybody from KCW who might be listening, or any fan who's listening. And this will go around the table real fast. Is the topic that was asked to me on one of my streams was, is wrestling still worth it? Maybe this was a young indie person or a person who wants to become an indie worker. And the question was, with all the dangers in wrestling, what we've seen, Hell in a Cell and all this crap, and the people who get injured, is wrestling today still worth getting into? For me, go ahead, Andy.
If the person asks that question, then they've obviously answered it for themselves now, because if you're thinking of stuff like that, then you shouldn't be in it. Racing drivers don't think about getting hurt.
Yeah.
They certainly don't think about crashing a car. Whoever's posted the question, should I do wrestling, or is it too dangerous for me to get hurt? Go look for another job.
Yeah, I mean, hell.
Period.
If you're asking, hell, even in the music side of things, if you're asking yourself, is me doing the band thing or me doing the music thing still worth it? We say it's time to get out, if you're asking that.
Absolutely. We're going to go around the table. Johnny Suede in our HWR show on YouTube says yes. Zoe, let's go to you. Is wrestling still worth it?
I do have to kind of disagree with Lance and Andy, just because whenever I wanted to start doing it, obviously I had to think about my family. I had to think, okay, well, what's the likelihood, that someone like me is going to get hurt? And I'll tell you what everybody has told me. With the proper training and the right promotion, and if you're actually in it to take it seriously, 100% yes, do it. If you're being trained correctly, you know, you're less likely that you're going to suffer an injury, but it can happen. You do have to be aware, yeah, it could happen to me. But right now, especially in the indie scene, with the right promotion and the right trainers, absolutely.
All right, let's go to you, Johnny. You've been in that role before.
You know, it's all going to come down to one thing: heart. Do you have the heart to go out there and be that WWE wrestler? Do you have that heart that where you just want to go out there and this is all I want to do, this is all I'm going to be? You know, you have to understand you got to leave family behind, you got to leave friends behind, you got to leave loves behind, you got to leave a lot of things behind to make it in an industry where there's music, sports, entertainment, whatever it is. There's a lot of things. Do you have that heart to leave all that behind? If you got that heart, you're going to make it. If you don't have that heart, you might as well just get a 9 to 5 and just live the rest of your life working for the man. Plain and simple.
Absolutely. You know, back in the day, we had passion, we had heart, we had, you know, we weren't bright. We just wanted to get in on it because it looked fun. And
that's right.
You know, and the folks today, it's the same thing. From Johnny Sway to Zoe to the rest of the indie workers out there, it is about fun. So, you know, let's keep going around the table real quick. What about it, Rick? What do you think?
Well, I think it comes down to heart. I mean, obviously that's the first thing. You have to say, this is what I want to do. And I want to do it no matter what it takes, or whether I'm just working in the backyard, or maybe I do, you know, the ultimate prize, get to rest, you know, WWE. But I think also comes down to training. If you're just going to be one of these kids who thinks, okay, you know, I can jump off a ladder and onto somebody without hurting them, then you're a fool. You're either going to hurt yourself, or God forbid, you're going to hurt that person. Now, we saw a video last week that was posted in HWR about some kid. It was a backyard thing. He was up on top of just a regular size ladder, and this kid was laying on one of those, like, those tables. Yeah, it was a plastic table. Thank you, picnic table. So the kid dives off. Now, obviously, the kid who's on the table rolls off, and this kid did a face plant. The table didn't even break; his face broke before the, you know. So, you know, he thinks that when, you know, it's fans like that who see that, oh wow, they went right through the table. You know, you got to realize that table's rigged. You know, we saw, I think it was a couple of pay-per-views ago, where Kevin Owens fell off, and we saw like the inflate, you know, thank you, the airbag inflate under the table. You know, WWE, they don't want to hurt each other. It happens. You get botches, you just get old or whatever. But if you don't have that proper training, I don't care what your passion is, you have no business belonging there.
Absolutely. You know what? And we're gonna go right now. We're coming to the final spot of the show. Just real quick. I don't know if you guys are going to cover this or not, but Ring of Honor is having its pay-per-view on Friday night, which is something. Friday is September 20th at 6 p.m. That's kind of crazy. And it is his Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view. And Cody Rhodes is scheduled to defend his newly won NWA championship on that card. He's already, that even talks about him doing his rematch with Magnus, so that's going to be something there. He even talked about his contract actually is up. I think as of today or tomorrow, his contract is up, so he is done. So he said wherever he goes, he is the NWA champion. So he can appear Monday Night Raw with the championship. He could appear stay with Ring of Honor. He could stay with, you know, he can go back to the NWA. So it is something that's out there, and that is, again, Ring of Honor's Death Before Dishonor. I know fans were talking to us about more of different indie companies and different events that go out there. Now, when it comes to the KCW, I'm going to turn that over to Ms. Zoe.
Oh, yeah, you know it. With KCW, yes, we do promote, family-friendly environments. We do not go out there naked. We don't sell alcohol. And we
what fun is that?
Where's the fun, man?
Well, the reason is because the turnout that we have, there is so many kids there. I mean, you have no idea. It's amazing. And a lot
so
of
then you sell drugs there, since there's a lot of kids.
No, absolutely not.
No, they just do it before the show.
Okay.
With KCW, if you are looking to actually be part of indie wrestling and you're in the area, we have a fantastic training program. The bond in the locker room is amazing. You've got vets who, just because it's your first time out there, are not going to give you a hard time. They might yell at you if you mess up, but it's for your own good because they want you to succeed. They're going to help you succeed. So if you're into it, definitely in the area, contact KCW on Facebook about maybe joining. You can also catch us this coming weekend at the Williamsburg National Guard Armory at 7:30, where my boys Carnage are finally going to take out the Indian outlaw or outlaw Indians, whatever that they would like to be called. Their time is up. We're bringing the carnage.
All right.
And real quick off the subject, James Doe in the HWR chat room, he said Cody needs to go. Doesn't need to go back to the WWE unless certain stuff happens with the other Bullet Club members. Right now, I think Cody's doing well on his own. Do I see him going back to the WWE eventually? I would say yes, but I think if he does, he has to stick with the character that he created, the American Nightmare, Dusty Rhodes, which I thought was a great idea. It was a lot better than Stardust. So I think right now Cody's doing well for himself.
Yep, and he needs to trademark it, so the WWE can't take that away from him. All right, folks, you know what? We're coming to the end of this insane asylum. We've really gone over the edge on the whole show, which that's what you fans enjoy, when we just go bonkers and we just go off every subject. So we're going to go out. We're going to start bringing in the ads, and I'm going to go first. I am Joseph Scoldren Knight. You can check me out not only on here on Facebook and YouTube, but on Twitch as well. And you can just do the hashtag Scoldren's Realm, and you can see the different programs I do. I do blogs, I do movie reviews, I do mostly game streams, and I'm going on the road to rank 1 in Dead by Daylight, which is hard to do. It's a new killer. The Spirit is out, and she is definitely kicking ass. So if you want more information, check me out. Go to hashtag Scoldren's Realm, or you can just go to www.scoldrensrealm.com, and you can see all the stuff I have put up. Now, let's go over to the one and only Lance Moss. Lance, what's happening?
Well, every Wednesday night I go live on Lance Moss TV. I never know who's going to show up. Hell, last night Zoe and Andy showed up last night. And hopefully they'll show up more in the future. And every Friday I put out a episode of Redneck Gourmet. I think the season ends in November. Tomorrow's is actually sweet chili chicken, and you can hit me up on Twitter. It's at Lance Moss TV.
All right, let's go to you, Andy. You do my favorite program, Stoked Haunted. Tell us everybody about it.
Yeah, we're a paranormal team with a difference, and the difference is we tell the truth and we don't scream around and jump up and down and get really sexually excited about nothing. So if you're into paranormal and you like the truth, give us a look. You can find us on www.stokehaunted.com, and if you want to send me any hate mail, all the email addresses are on there. Just float your boat and get them fingers tapping on your keyboard.
Andy welcomes them all. All right, he is the what, Zoe?
The Uber of Westchester.
That
Johnny, you got a shout out last night from that, by the way.
Yeah, you did.
Really?
I made sure she
Yep.
did it.
Yep.
Oh, see, you're doing it without me, man. I gotta be around to hear it.
But
Gotta
you
be
know,
around to hear it.
Hey, show up next time.
Absolutely.
What's funny was
Absolutely.
I was wondering when I was lying down relaxing, I heard ding, ding, ding. It was something kept ringing to go up. I don't know. So Johnny, you did a show today. Tell everybody about it.
Absolutely, man. Guys, if you ever want to work for Uber, now's the time. Plenty of bonuses and incentives for all new drivers. Make as much as you want, work as little as you like. It's up to you. You're your own boss. You're out there. You're taking back your day. You can catch me on YouTube at the Uber of Westchester, or catch me on Instagram. Same name, the Uber Westchester, but underscore every word. And guys, there's plenty of money out there to be made. Trust me, everyone can make a decent living working for Uber.
All right, and she is the Vicious Vixen from Kentucky's Own Wrestling. She is our own lovely Zoe Nightshade. Zoe, tell everybody what's going on and where they can find you.
Okay, well, you guys can always find me on the HWR chat room on Facebook, as well as my fan page, Zoe Nightshade. We are going, again, we're going to be at Williamsburg this coming Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Carnage will be taking over Kentucky's Own Wrestling, of course, and I will be there. Also, everybody that knows me knows that Halloween is absolutely my favorite holiday. I love everything scary. So, as of October 1st, I will be doing, again, the Don't Go to Sleep series of true scary stories and creepypasta live on Facebook. If you know of any or have experienced anything creepy that you want me to read live on Facebook, shoot me a message.
There you go. Sounds really... And you know what? We need to do that. We need to do a HWR Gather Around the Campfire.
Oh, yes!
A simulated... Andy will be the scoutmaster because he has experience in that stuff.
Actually,
oh wait! I gotta try and say this real quick. It just hit me. The HWR gathering around the campfire.
Go back to Uber Westchester. I like that.
Yeah, it ain't quite the Uber.
Yeah, it sounds better Uber Westchester though.
All right, Brick, tell me about HWR.
Well, first and foremost, I do agree we should bring back something. We always had a few guests over the years, and we always had road stories. And I think maybe we get a compilation of those road stories and kind of tell what we've been heard. I think that's something that would be really interesting because a lot of it we heard firsthand. But anyways, I am your hardcore host, Brickhead, and Hardcore Wrestling Radio. We have just about everything. The HWR chat room, I cover Raw. We cover the pay-per-views. We cover picks and also reviews on certain events. We also, right now, I'm currently working on 2 different projects that's really not wrestling related. I am doing a wallpaper for based around American Horror Story Hotel. Great show season again. And I'm also doing a tribute to the late Robin Williams.
Absolutely. My man Robin Williams. Loved him as Mork. And Mork and Mindy, loved him in all his movies. His stand-up comedy, dating back to even the '84, you have to see it. You'll get a great laugh out of it. But with that, folks, we're going to go one more quick thing before we end the show. Just going to do a quick shout-out to BC Games and More. Check out BC and his wife, Mrs. A, over every Tuesday night on Facebook.com. And they talk about everything retro, from games, books, to toys. So check them out. You can see them on there. And as you can see, we have these shirts out there. We actually have HWR t-shirts, which this Saturday or Friday, whichever, when George gets his shirts, we're going to have him. We're going to do a special show. And we're going to get George on there so he can model his shirt. So he's be out in the runway with that. And as you can see on the screen, just go to SkuldrinsRealm.com and you could see all the t-shirts, and there they are right there. You could see the HWR shirt right there of discretion advised, and it comes in blue, red, and white, or red, white, and blue. Not only, and black as well. So you want to check that out. You want to go see the different products. Support this channel by getting our t-shirts. And one of the things before we go off the air, Lance, there it is in front of your screen. What is it?
Buy the shirt.
Yep, buy the shirt indeed. And with that, folks, we're gonna say good night and good evening. One more time, Lance. We got to push the products.
Buy the
Buy
shirt.
the shirt. Buy the shirt. Subscribe to my channel, bastards.
You know, yes, before we actually go, support our channels. You know, like and subscribe on these videos. It does help us a lot. Find us on Twitch and all that. So please, you know, subscribe, follow, like on our products, on our, all of us on our different channels. That way we can have, you know, it helps us a lot, folks.
Yeah, and also, you know what? It also helps me with my drug money.
Exactly.
You know, I need to smoke for free here. You know what I'm saying? So please, it's going to a very good cause. I promise.
Even if you don't like what you've heard, you're on the channel anyway. It's only a thumbs up, for God's sake.
Yeah, come on.
Exactly.
It's not going to hurt. You just press that thumbs up button. Makes an old man very happy.
And we're also taking donations too. So if you want to donate, we will set that up, because that helps us to bring different stars on here.
And buy different drugs.
Yeah. Well, we're trying not to say that, you know. Oh shit! We're